Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This is a very important canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we will also start Prabhupada Purport sessions from Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto. We are going parallel. Maybe Krishna's arrangement, he wants us to know parallelly both the commentaries of Acharyas, Prabhupada and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And actually, this is a very nice teaching. Story of Ajamala is one of the most complete spiritual narrative in entire Bhagavatam. In the first 6 verses, there is a setup, and then there is next 48 verses. We have the story and the drama, and next 35 verses of Yamaduta's profound instructions. And Bhagavatam gives the most systematic, emotional, powerful, spiritually complete answer to the most urgent human questions. That is, I have fallen, I have sinned, I have wasted my life. Is there any hope for me? So, this is going to answer this most urgent and important question. I am a fallen person, I am a sinful person, I have wasted my life. Is there any hope for me? Now, the answer the Bhagavatam gives is not a philosophical theory, it's a documented historical event. And it is Ajamila who spent 88 years in complete degradation. And then he start walking, he starts climbing a golden aeroplane and go back to spiritual world because he chanted the name of Narayana. And so the important questions is why does karma kanda and jnana kanda uh, who actually it does not work. Second is how powerful is the holy name and what are its limits. And we should know who are Yamadutas and Vishnudutas, and most important is the discussion between them, the debate between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas, and also what is Bhagavad Dharma, how it is different from ordinary Dharma. This also we should know, and the instructions of Yamaraj to Yamadutas. So, these are some of the most important things to understand. And apart from that, there is one more important thing to understand about the holy name actually. How, uh, because the whole canto is for glorifying the holy name. So, even though we want to chant the very attentively. The problem is actually because of absent-mindedness. This is called pramada. This also we should know why the holy name glorification is so much in this canto. Why it is not working for me? Because now this we have to. Why I am telling this in the beginning and in the middle and in the end. 3 times we'll discuss on this. Because by the end of this canto, because I thought if we start the canto and then in the end only one time we'll have discussion, but that we have 3 times discussion on the holy name so that we will be able to remember something. So what is the homework is you have to repeat what you are hearing at least to one or two people or to ourselves, so that we'll be able to remember the cause of our not able to chant attentively. So that is the challenge. So the reason is even the most powerful spiritual practice in tradition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the chanting of the holy name, it also requires certain minimum conditions that most people are unable to create in this in their daily lives. So this is problem is called pramada. Pramada means absent mindedness or distraction. So, this is actually what is happening to us when we are chanting. And the biggest single obstacle to spiritual practice, we can say. And this is arising directly from the influence of lower gunas. I will just try to share the screen for you. I will- Just a minute. I will try to see if I can share your screen. I can speak, but if I share, then it will be easy for you. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to share the screen, but somehow it is not happening. So I will just tomorrow I'll do. Actually, today I'm in a location where I cannot. Uh, Actually, I'm sitting in airport. I'm waiting for the flight to come so that uh, I can come to Hyderabad. I went to Muktinath Yatra, and I recommend no need of going. Only if you want to see sightseeing, you can go to the place. Pashupatinath, Muktinath, and I went to Janakpuri. Very good places, but Vrindavan is actually best. After going there, I felt I should have went. I should have got to Vrindavan and did Govardhan Parikrama. One thing is, these places are very spiritual place, but uh, it will not match with Vrindavan. The devotion that is there, na, that is something very special. We should always know this. I was very uh, actually I was not willing to go because just as a preaching, because there are some 300 devotees they were traveling. So I thought, okay, I can give some classes to them. So that was the intention in going to the yatra, not for seeing. And even that also didn't happen properly. I couldn't give any classes. And schedule was very topsy-turvy and it's very actually very tough because of the roads and other things. So it didn't work properly in that. So anyway, uh, we had this, but some very beautiful places to see in the sense that there are nice images and Himalayas are very beautiful. So we need to have good pious credit to go there and see them. So that was a nice experience in that way. And so we come to the actually some experiences are there. I can tell the story of Tinad also and Pashupatinath also and the stories at Janakpuri. There some wonderful stories and experiences. Uh, Overall, Nepal is cleaner than India. People don't just throw the dust here and there. They 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 even if you throw something on it, the security will come and find you. That happened. One of the child in the bus, buddy in the bus, they threw, and immediately the traffic police came and he told to pay 1,000 rupees fine. Fortunately, we said small child did, and then we uh, we try to avoid the fines. We paid only 200. So that way it worked. So it was that was good part that the city is little cleaner than India, especially some places. And Muktinath is a very wonderful place to see. At least the Himalayan mountains. One time in our life we can go and but spiritually, Vrindavan is best. There is no doubt about it. So we will come back to Holy, which is most important thing for us. Uh, so this is because of the madness or distraction. This is the single most obstacle for our spiritual practice. So that is the reason we are not able to uh, chant, and it is because of lower gunas, and it is because of rajo and guna. It prevents genuine concentration and therefore prevents the practitioner from deeply relating to what they do. So I'm chanting, but I'm not able to relate to my chanting only. I don't want to be with Krishna. That's why I'm not able to focus on my chanting. Overall, I have a desire, but it is not uh, very specific, very powerful desire. Overall, I want Krishna, but when it comes to chanting, many of the times that mind is not concentrating, or even if it is concentrating, it is not able to uh, make that much emotional appeal to holiness. So that is actually what is. And then the next thing we understand is for the holy name to truly respond, for one to actually hear the voice of God in one's hand, the name must be chanted in a state of concentration. Now, the second thing, first is Pramada, I told. Now, the second one is important one is the stimulated spiritual life. So, for some people, spiritual life is a kind of game. There is mutual contract. I sit on Vyasasana and speak about Krishna, you listen, and I pretend to be inspired and you pretend to be inspired. So this is very uncomfortable honesty is the direct result of inability to immerse deeply in practice. And people remain on surface and There is sincerity in desire for transform, but yet the transformation does not come because the heart is never deeply touched. There is a story from, I think, Jiva Goswami. I think Jiva Goswami. I think Jiva Goswami was Jiva Goswami or Narottam Das Thakur. He was giving Bhagavatam class. So everybody, Raghunath Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, I think, is giving. He was speaking on Chaitanya Charitamrita. Everybody in the audience was crying, and then one person he was not able to cry, so he applies black paper in his eyes so that he can also cry. When Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami sees and he says, "My God." After the end of the class, he goes to him and says, "You are such a special person. I know everybody want to cry when they hear the holy name, and because you are not getting tears when you are hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are punishing your ears by putting the black paper in them." So how exalted you are. As soon as he heard that, actually he wanted to pretend that he's also crying. He's also one of them. And as soon as he heard, he then reacted. "Arey, such a rascal, I wanted to pretend. But this person is so great. Even in that, also, he is able to see some special qualities in me." So, this is actually the uh, thing that should happen to us. It should deeply touch our heart and invade. So, the root is too much passion and ignorance, no immersion, no deep experience, no change, and then old life continues. So this is actually what is happening. So this canto, there are some things which we should. Uh, I will just give the titles for you. This is very important. I will just check if I can share the screen. So this things what we should remember from this canto. I'll just give the titles for you. Give So about the why does karma kanda and jnana kanda ultimately fail? That is the first thing we should know. How powerful is the holy name? That is the second thing we should know. And after that, the uh, what are the what are the limits of holy name also, and Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas their debate. Bhagavad Dharma, how it is different from ordinary religion, and who are the 12 Mahajans, and why do they alone know the real truth. So this is also another topic we should know. And now the first part is the philosophical foundation. Philosophical foundation. Why Parikshit asked this question? This is from first to 19th shlokas. Why Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question? So that is the so Parikshit had just heard about the terrible hellish planets and the fifth canto, the varieties of suffering awaiting sin souls. Being a great Vaishnava, he was immediately moved, not for himself, but for the suffering conditioned souls. So Srila Prabhupada explains is Paradukha Dukhi, is a Vaishnava. So this is a summary of this chapter I am telling, so that when we are discussing Prabhupada purports, you already know. So how can human being be saved from entering hellish conditions? So that was the main. Now this is a question of every compassionate devotee. What is that? Not to save me, but to save them. So give pause. Dvijetar Durattetaranya Tadvirya Gayana Mahamrita Magna Chitto Socheto Vimuka Chetasa Indriyartham. So his other followings. That is the first thing. Second part is the upper philosophical setup. So I mean, did not something very question as Bhakti solution. He first tells about Karma Kanda, then Jnana Kanda, and I'm sorry. So first part is about karma kana. It is atonement. So Sukadeva Goswami proposes performing atonement according to Manu Samhita and everyone. He gives a very brilliant response from 9 and 10 shlokas. He says, but I see that people still commit sins. They undergo atonement, they commit the same sins again. This is like bathing of an elephant. It takes a full bath, then throws dust all over itself, and it gets back onto the land. So, what is the value of such atonement? I'm just summarizing the whole canto so that again we'll go to the purports and we'll try to discuss more deeply. And Srila Prabhupada's Parikshit's observation is exactly correct. Even 5,000 years ago, professional sinners would confess, atone, and return to the same sins again and again. So this pattern continues in our life. So what happened is in Hyderabad there was some chain snatchers. So what they do, they come on bike and they they snatch the chains of the ladies who are walking on the streets. They run away, and sometimes they are caught. One person was caught. I think 10, 12 times he was caught, and the punishment for that is 3 to 6 months of prison. And they go to prison and again come back and do. And suddenly the cases increase so much because people understood if I didn't get caught, I can make so much. If I am caught, I may end up only 3 months, so not a problem. So then police they couldn't understand how to change these fellows. So what they did, one fellow who did maximum chain snatches, they killed him in encounter. In India, they have a system. Encounter means they'll say that this fellow is running and suddenly he tried to attack the police and police in protection, they killed him. It was a fake encounter. It was not real. They killed him. So all other thieves came to know that this fellow was killed in encounter. They understood that it is a fake encounter and police are going to kill us also. Immediately they all stopped it. So immediately the cases reduced. So same thing happened here. Na? Parikshit Maharaj is asking, Are, even if he says that I see that people commit sins, undergo atonement, and then commit the same sins again. This is like bathing of an elephant. It takes a full bath, then throws the dust all over itself the moment it gets back. So what is such atonement? And Prabhupada says this is actually even 5,000 years ago, professional sinners would confess, atone, and return to the same sins again and again. So the pattern is the same. And the second section about Jnana Kanda. And Surya Goswami says, okay, real atonement is tapasa brahmacharyena, shamena, temena cha, tyagena. So real atonement is to Jnana Marga, and he uses the analogy of proper diet curing this gradually. But there are limitations in this also. We will discuss in detail. even if one rise to Brahma Jnana, understanding of Brahmana, one nevertheless fall down because of not taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. So the famous verse that comes, and the third thing is only bhakti can cure. So that is from 15 to 19. Kechit kevalya bhaktya. So the analogy is karma kanda cuts the weeds but leaves the roots. Jnana kanda temporarily clears the field but does not prevent the weeds. Bhakti is like sunshine, the fog, which the fog cannot exist as soon as the sun appears. So this is the first uh, chapter. So we will discuss more detail on it. And the third thing, the critical principle is serving a pure devotee. This is from the 16th verse. So if a sinful person engage in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learn how to dedicate his life on the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. So this is Nartam Das Thakur confirms. Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistare Paiche Kebe. Without the service of a bona fide Vaishnava, who has ever been delivered from the clutches of Maya. So this is Nartam Das Thakur saying this is the first part, and then Mahat Seva Dwar Mahur Vimukti. The doorway to liberation is service to great soul, and this is how the highest transformation happens, not through rituals or study alone, but through the personal association with the service of a pure devotee. So this is actually what is the first chapter of Ajamila. And of course, first section, not first chapter. In the first chapter, there is second section also. This is the story that is the life of Ajamila, how he became fallen. Some part of the story. So when the story begins not with a sinner, but with a saint. So Prabhupada says uh, we must understand how high Ajamila was before we can understand how far he fell and how completely he was rescued. So Ajamila, his story is very simple. He was a young Brahmana, studied all Vedic literature, a reservoir of good character and conduct, firmly established in all Vedic injunctions, mild, gentle, truthful, perfectly controlled mind and senses, expert in chanting Vedic mantras, free from false prestige, respectful to Guru, respectful fire god, guests, and elderly family members, benevolent to all living entities, never spoke nonsense or envied anyone. So these are the qualities. That means he's a perfect qualified Brahmana. And there are Veer Raghavacharya says, Dhrita Vrata means Ajamila specifically followed the rules of Brahmacharya, the eightfold celibacy perfectly. So that was Ajamila. Now the critical question is, if a person of such exalted qualification can fall, what does that teach to the rest of us? So that is the question we should ask. If it happens to Ajamila, who are we? And the moment of fall. So one day there is father's order. Ajamila goes to the forest, collects forest. So this all we know. And this is the just. But the important thing is how he struggled. So this is another important section. We'll discuss all these things. We'll discuss elaborately, but I am giving an overview because it will help us to remember the content more easily. By end of this whole four chapters, we should be able to thoroughly remember and understand all the past times and everything. So Ajamila, the when he saw a woman and a Shudra in a very sensual, observed in a sense pleasure, the joint lust desires in his heart that caused, which had been perfectly controlled through years of brahmacharya, but they suddenly awakened. And he tried to remember the Shastras. Shastric injunctions that we should not even look at women. He used this knowledge and intelligence to control himself, but the force of Cupid within his heart was too strong. And properly, unless one is very strong in knowledge, patience, and proper bodily, mental, and intellectual behavior, controlling one's lust, this desire is extremely difficult. So this is the famous statement of Prabhupada. So unless one is very patience, proper body, intellectual behavior. So this is where it is very practical for us. We should have proper bodily behavior, mental behavior. That means the way we dress, the way we means taking bath, keeping ourselves clean. Then and along with that knowledge, anyway, we are trying. We are every day listening Bhagavatam. So some knowledge we are gaining anyway. And along with that, we should have some patience, knowing that uh, recently I heard that in Korea and all, people they are so much affected by this dopamine that they always want to order something, food or something. So when uh, there are apps which are which does not provide any food. They're just apps in which people order and nothing happens with it. As soon as they come or in the mid 2 o'clock, they want to order something. So they order something. Nothing will come, but at least they get the satisfaction of ordering the food. Why I'm telling is because people are losing patience. That is the reason they are getting affected, and they know so much obesity is increasing, especially in the developed nations. Why obesity is increasing? Because people are not able to control their habits, especially bodily habits, mental habits, no patience, no proper no proper knowledge. So these are all affecting the people so much. And okay, discuss. We'll discuss more detail about them in the further classes. So then comes the next section where once Ajamila's intelligence was captured, the descent happened in stages. That is, first stage, what happened is he began thinking of the prostitute constantly, and after seeing this, then the second stage, he took her as a servant in the house, abandoned all Brahminical activities. And third stage is abandoned his chaste, beautiful, highborn wife from a good Brahmin family. Stage 4 is he spent all his inherited wealth on the prostitute. Stage 5 is he began earning money dishonestly, arresting innocent people, cheating, gambling, and directly plundering also. So the prostitute is looking very beautiful, but she's very dangerous. Similarly, all these celebrities, people are so much heroines, and all. They look very beautiful, but they're like prostitutes only. All these famous film actors, uh, all of them are prostitutes only because this is the mentality they have. So we should, and people not take them very seriously, and their comments, their things are taken very seriously. Such a no foolish thing to do in little bit intelligence people have. How can you take these celebrities words? They are not jnanis or sages in Himalayas or yogis or some self-realized souls that they make some political comment, they make some social comments or some comment, and people are very serious about their comments. And then they troll on them, they do this. Arey, how does how does it make sense at all? And what is like, say, if I speak something on rocket science, how much fun it looks. And I'm speaking on rocket science, and all the scientists from NASA and ISRO are there sitting and listening. No, it will be a big joke. What can I speak on it? And even if I speak, and what does it make sense? And why will they waste their time to listening to me? So, if you are making comments, you should be qualified in that area. Because you are a celebrity does not mean that you know about everything. And very important thing is they are prostitutes only. We should not take them very seriously. Actually, Bhakti Gyan Maharaj says they are witches. At least I gave one level down. Bhakti Gyan Maharaj says they are witches. So he began earning money in dishonest means, and he further fathered many children by the prostitute, and he spent 88 years in complete degradation supporting this sinful family. So now you see, he was staying with the same woman, even that for so many years he was staying with the same woman. That is something very interesting. She didn't run away when he become old. She didn't run away with somebody because he was providing money and other things. And same thing actually. People are marrying some celebrity. They are not marrying celebrity. They are marrying prostitute, and she will make him work very hard to earn all the money and all the other things. So this is the uh, foolishness that is happening. I don't want to make many comments. We'll see. Further when it comes, we can discuss on it. And Srila Prabhupada says illicit sex is not possible with a chaste or aristocratic wife, but only with unchaste person. The more society allows prostitution and illicit sex, the more impetus it gives to cheaters, thieves, plunderers, drunkards, and gamblers. So the entire degradation begins with one illicit sexual attraction. This is why the four regulative principles in Krishna conscious are important. So this is in, and then comes the second section. So this we will not discuss today. This is first chapter only. This is the first chapter for you, and we can discuss it from tomorrow more detail. I am sitting in airport, so I am not able to share the screen because of less signals. Any questions, comments? We have, then we will take. Otherwise, we will. Uh, yes, Priya Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dandapranams to you. Missing, we
Dhanwad.
were missing your classes for the last 1 week. Thank you so much for getting us back on the track. Prabhuji, I don't know, this question was something lingering around my mind. We talk about the tongue being very ferocious, very, very difficult to control the tongue, and it's very ferocious. Be it because the tongue is used for eating, enjoying the taste of the foods that we get in. And second thing is it blabbering, talking, right? But the thing is, like, when I hear about the various kathas that we come across during our katha sessions, the falling down happens more because of the lust related vice, right? The what do you call, the anartha relating to lust. Not much we hear about the tongue, right? The speech that made the devotee fall. Of course, we talk about to some extent the aparadha, right? But beyond that, the katha is more, many of the kathas, predominantly, I don't know if there might be, and my agyan I've not come across. Could you please enlighten us, Prabhuji? Suppose a sadhaka is having this anartha, more of like, talking, unnecessary talking. It's not that, intention, but that is the habit that's the sadhaka has. And could be the second one could be eating, like, desiring to eat foods. Of course, they would try to cook food and offer to Krishna and offer and then honor. But still, this desire of talking, eating. So, could you please enlighten on this particular aspect, Prabhuji? If you feel really a weird question, please ignore. Sorry about it. Hare Krishna.
No, it's actually a very relevant question. See, here in this case, it is lust that is shown.
Hmm.
So here we are seeing, and in the same canto, Daksha, it is because of tongue only.
Which
So
one,
he
Prabhuji?
started speaking about
Daksha, Daksha.
Shiva, Daksha Yajna. Yeah, that is because of speaking only. They're all cursing, counter cursing, speaking,
Hmm.
envy of
Hmm.
Daksha, and all these things we can see in that very clearly.
Okay.
So two things are
Hmm.
there here. So some places it is because of lust,
Hmm.
some places because of tongue speaking.
Hmm.
So whole Daksha pastime is cursing, counter cursing, and envy and all we can see because of tongue how things went wrong.
Hmm.
And even when Shiva is instructing, and then when it comes to food, this is actually the manifestation of our weakness inside.
Hmm.
So lack of faith, sorry, lack of
Hmm.
patience. I was telling,
Hmm.
na, it's all because that is affecting, and that is making our tongue more and more weaker.
Hmm.
And more we satisfy our tongue, more our mind becomes weaker.
Okay.
So it is directly related. So if I habits, it will manifest in terms of my speech, it will manifest in point of my behavior also. All things will be uh, there. So most important thing is avacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam. So Rupa Goswami
Hmm.
makes it very clear.
Hmm.
Vacho vegam is there. First is you have to control your speech, and then
Hmm.
vacho vegam, manasa krodha. So they are connected. And then immediately
Hmm.
it tells jihva udara upastha. So this
Hmm.
lust no manifest with eating. So Prabhupada says if you are eating very palate food,
Hmm.
then you are then go by the tongue, then you want to satisfy the belly.
Hmm.
And then it goes down. You want to satisfy genders also. But this is actually how
Okay.
the system works. So
Hmm.
if a person is not eating palatable food, then he will not have much. That's why it happens for devotees that they slowly start after they will not have any such very physical gross desires. They may have lust in subtle way, pujala,
Hmm.
pratishtha, and other things. But in a
Hmm.
gross way, they don't have this desire to physically get satisfied because they are eating very sattvic food. So food actually
Hmm.
matters. So if you are eating very, very palatable food more and more, it will immediately agitate. So fastings
Hmm.
will help us to control the belly. Why we need to ekadasis and all this fasting is not for tongue. That is for belly.
Hmm.
And eating not palatable food is for the tongue. So if two things are controlled, we can control lust in a gross way.
Hmm.
So that is the point. Even if somebody have problem with lusty desire so much, but if he can control his tongue by not eating very palatable only prasadam, and he's
Hmm.
fasting for ekadasis and other holy days, then physically he will not do anything. Mentally he will have some agitation, but slowly he can overcome in due course of time. So that is the system.
Okay, okay. So they're all interconnected, you say. I mean, from gross, it gets into the subtle aspect of the
Ah, settle.
thing.
And
Good
sometimes
from
settle
the
comes in gross also.
yes.
Both are possible.
Right.
If you are like for children, na, you feed them all. Their mind is that means their lust increases. You give them whatever they want. Their
True.
desires increase. So you give, but if you feed sattvic food to children, then they will remain sattvic. Their desires won't increase.
True.
Same thing with, and if you have subtly something, it will come in gross also. So from gross to settle, settle to gross. Both are possible.
Okay. Okay. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this clarity of thought. If I may ask one question that is relating to me personally in terms of my sadhana. So I want to be
Yeah.
open so that I can. I want to hear the real insight for this aspect. And what I wanted to say is that initially when I took up to Casey, uh, it was really, really good. Perfect. I mean, I myself was surprised. I mean, from being a being a very, very gross materialistic, I was able to practice. I myself used to feel, wow, how did this transformation happening to me? Excellent, excellent. But of late, I can see at least couple of years now, Prabhuji, I can see a slack in that practice. Is it because and of course my goal is like initially also when I started it was like getting out of this materialistic cycle of existence, absolutely very very clear about it, because I didn't know much about this prema and all. I thought, okay, that's too big a goal for me, at least let me get out of the Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
so
am i
here,
am I
uh,
audible? Hare
yeah, yeah,
Krishna.
yeah. Just a minute. Be online. Just a minute. Be online.
Okay.
Thank you, sister. See what happens now. Initial anything is there. There is now uh, newness is there.
Hmm.
So that helps us to. You're able to hear me.
Yes, Prabhuji, very very clear.
So we all anything new, our mind immediately will easily take it up. So after sometimes what happens that newness will go.
Mhm.
Then comes the struggle. That is where the faith is needed.
No,
So
but the thing is, in
we
my case, Prabhuji, initially, yes, the goal was like, getting out of this material existence. And later on, the more I heard about the Katha, the Bhagavatas, the devotees, etc., etc., and actually, my goal transformed to like, no, why I'm looking for just getting out of this materialistic. I think this Krishna Prema, getting to be part of the Rajavasi, getting to be part of the, what do you call, the pastimes of Krishna, that's really beautiful. And then I kind of transitioned to that mood, no doubts about it. But of late, I can see at least like, last 1 year or so, I'm kind of, gotten into a situation, looks like this is beyond my reach. I mean, I can't even think about it because all my anarthas are surfacing. So I know for clear with this kind of a personality, no one would like me. And what to talk about Krishna and Rajavasis liking me, because nobody connected closely even to the kind of the souls that we're talking about in Goloka Vrundavana. And I switch back like, okay, let me settle down for, getting at least out of this materialistic life of existence. I don't know, of late, this is kind of lingering back end in the mind. Is it because of my anartha? I mean, probably a serious aparadha that I would have committed, or is
no,
it
we
a
have these
normal?
tendencies. Jnana and karma tendencies are always there for us. The jnana tendency is that we want to escape the suffering of this world, and karma
Right.
tendency is there that we want to get results of what we work. So I work so hard. I did so much chanting. I should get some
No, not
results of
really.
my
I mean,
chanting.
the second
Yeah.
portion I don't have because I have not done so
Yeah, you may
much of.
not have karma tendency, but definitely there is jnana tendency. That is, this is the common mentality we all have, karma and jnana. So
Okay.
we have to uh, try to overcome these tendencies. That's why we have to hear more and more, so that we'll be able to come out of these tendencies. So everyday hearing is for this purpose. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Prabhupada's whole philosophy, Acharya's philosophy is to help us come out of these tendencies within us. So
Okay.
the desire for liberation, the desire
Okay.
to get pleasures in this world, this is our tendency. That is the blockage for our pure devotions. The only thing is you are able to understand. Not everybody is able to understand this. You are able to
But is it a
distinguish between
normal
the.
struggle contemplation as sadhaka goes through, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes. See, you are able to identify. That is the big thing first. Now, once you identify, then we pray to our acharyas, we pray to Krishna that help me get out of this tendency. So not everybody is able to identify only that they have this Jnana tendency. That is
But
another
you know
tragedy.
something, Prabhuji, I mean, the question I have is that, we talk about, yes, praying for the mercy of Guru and Krishna, like, crying for that kind of, let me cry for that because I don't even cry. So at least give me that heart to cry out for that particular mercy to attain the goal, right? My question is here, Prabhuji, is it every day, every time required to express love to the Lord? No, come on, Lord, please help me, please help me, please help me. Or is it in the mind, you think about it, contemplate on this, it definitely reaches Krishna, right? I mean, I don't know, please help me on this. Is it required
Our
to pray
chanting is
aloud?
prayer. Our chanting should be prayer. So slowly,
Okay,
slowly, once you start, see what happens. Now, once we recognize, then comes repentance.
okay,
So we are not able to recognize our fallen state. Once we recognize, no, the prayer comes naturally. So our heart is so hard, we don't even feel that I have some problem. So once we
okay.
recognize that we have a problem, then we want to come out of the problem. I don't know whether I am diseased or not. Then why will I go for a treatment? So if a
Absolutely,
person is
absolutely.
just smoking, he feels it's normal, then he will not
Right,
go to smoking anonymous or alcohol anonymous because he feels it's normal only. But a person feels
right,
no, it's a bad habit, I want to get rid of it. Then he will go to the alcohol anonymous and then he want to come out of the situation. You are
right.
understanding. So the point is,
Understood.
unless I recognize, there is no question only. So at least now you
Okay.
are by hearing slowly, slowly, you are able to recognize, Arey, this is a jnana tendency I have. And
Yes, yes.
when you feel that it is really a problem, then automatically you start praying. No need to tell to pray separately. Only thing is
Okay.
you recognize, oh, this is actually a problem. Why am I thinking like that? Why not develop a relation with Krishna? So
Okay.
this is actually this happens naturally.
So this jnana tendency is because of the anartha I've committed, or is it because of the normal struggle a sadhaka goes through, getting closer to Krishna, like, making her
This should
sadhana
happen
more
naturally for all
rigorous?
of us. Yeah,
It is
yeah,
a natural process, right? Because
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I
Mm.
ponder what are the aparadha I've committed to someone because I'm feeling
No, it's not
degraded.
aparadha because you are able to see means you are doing nicely only.
Haribol, Haribol. Because for the last few months, Prabhuji, even my BP has gone up because I'm contemplating on this. Who have I committed aparadha? Why is this
No,
surfacing
you
my
didn't
heart?
commit up. You are able to recognize means you are doing good now.
Okay. Because even in front of Nitai Gauranga, I go, I'm not able to worship them with full heart. That whatever jo innocence tha, like, I mean, I'm talking about a very, very insignificant innocence like God. I mean, I take me to your lotus feet. Even the prayer, I feel very, very guilty to speak about. Very guilty. No, no, how can I even be close to you? Because I've committed some aparadha because I know about myself. I'm not such a good person. So I felt like, what aparadha I've committed that my interest levels has come down. I'm struggling a lot even to do my day-to-day practice. I mean, simple DT worship, simple. I feel hesitant. I feel guilty. I don't know. Please excuse me. I don't know if it's sounding very, very stupid, weird. But this is of late I'm feeling. And I thought, is it because of aparadhas or is it a normal struggle or sadhaka goes through?
No, everybody goes through the same struggle. See,
Okay.
we have to every day is not same. Every day is not
Right.
Sunday. No,
Right.
so we all struggle, and this is natural thing. It happens to not only us. More we go higher, na,
Hmm.
more it will be the steeper.
Okay.
The process is more steeper, and
Okay.
the most dangerous thing is na, after anartha nivritti happens. That is the most struggling. Means that is the tough stage also because you don't have ruchi also and you
Huh.
cannot enjoy material life also because there is no taste. It is
Okay.
like you are nowhere. So everybody goes through the stages, and even big
But
big
this is quite
maharajas
a
and all.
long time, Prabhuji. So being at least, as I told you, like, at least last 1.5, 2 years, this has been a major struggle. So once when I
No,
used to feel,
struggle
oh
is
my
there
God.
for everyone. Everyone it is there. We all go a different life of struggle. Only
Huh.
thing is that's why the patience come. Krishna tells be patient. Rupa
Huh.
Goswami says Utsaha Nishya Dhairya. That is why the shlokas are given like that only.
Okay.
because they know that what we are going to, he knows the process. That's why they gave the process like that.
But during the struggle phase, the utsaha, at least that enthusiasm will be there, right, Prabhuji? Or even that will slack down.
No, everything will. That's why we have to stay with devotees. They will push us. Come on, do it, do it. So
Right, right,
for
right.
me, class is like I am, because of the enthusiasm of devotees. I continue, na. Because what happens is devotees are coming. Okay, they are coming. I have to give class. Even I
Hmm.
don't want to give class. I have to give class because of the enthusiasm of a devotee. So their
Right,
enthusiasm is protecting me. So now you are seeing, Arey, Prabhuji is giving class and so many are coming. I should also come. What they will think. Prabhuji
right.
will see my name. I am not there. What he will think. So something should be there like that. Will push us.
Okay,
So we will continue our bhakti like that.
okay, okay, okay. So it's not because of aparadhas. At least that portion we can relax on that, right?
Need not be aparadas because of
Need
our
not be.
anarthas only. It is it there is because of anartha also it will happen, but this need not be because of.
Okay, 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 fine. Perfect. Thank you so much. It gave me some kind of solace, Prabhuji. Thanks
Yeah.
again. Hare Krishna.
Right. So any other questions? Yes, Gail Mataji.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
uh, if we could go back to the subject of controlling the tongue and the belly.
Yeah.
So, contro controlling the tongue means, you don't eat things just because, for the entertainment of the tongue, right? Just because you want to see
Yeah.
how things taste. But when it comes to controlling the belly,
Yeah.
it means that you don't eat just because you're hungry. Um, in this connection, you were saying, oh my God, I forgot what it was that you were saying that by behaving in a particular way, we control the belly. There's something that you said that made
We
me
were fasting on
confused.
Ekadasis and appearance, disappearance. We fast to control our belly. And even
Yeah,
eating
but
on a regulated time also helps us controlling the belly.
yeah, I guess my confusion is, well, generally, if you're hungry, you're supposed to eat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so what is when we say we're supposed to control hunger,
No, no, no. We
I
are not
mean,
controlling.
yeah, you say we're not, what are we not saying? Because,
Hello.
yeah,
You're able to hear?
can you hear me?
Yeah. So we are we are controlling our belly. Belly control is, see what happens now on fasting days. Who is more demanding, our tongue or belly?
Our belly, right?
So belly is what is the. So now after eating breakfast, it will tell I want to satisfy with lunch. And after eating lunch again at 4 o'clock, again you want to feel something. So you have to see the difference between satisfaction of belly and satisfaction of tongue. Both are different. Sometimes tongue want more, belly
Yeah.
is stopping, or don't do it. And all the obesity problems and all these problems are because of belly only, not because of tongue. Tongue is enjoying, but suffering is with the belly only. All the digestion problems, all this is because of belly only, right?
No, no, no. I'm saying differently. I'm saying it's because like obesity, right? It's
Uh,
you're not really hungry, but you're eating because you want to enjoy the tongue.
tongue enjoyment is one thing, belly enjoyment is another thing. So belly, that is what people don't know the difference only. They think I'm eating because of my tongue. No, they're eating sometimes but the belly also. Like say now, uh, uh, You like so many fast food items, but that will not satisfy the belly. You need some item which will satisfy the belly also. You need to eat proper sandwich or something very stuff item so that it will satisfy the belly also. There are two things. Like if I have so many fast food items, even if you eat all the fast food items, still you feel some sort of
Dissatisfied.
incompleteness because the belly is not filled. Even though you ate whatever you want, I'll give all fast food items. You say, "Sir, I can eat fast food, but I need something to fill my belly also." That is, then you need to eat proper stuff also to fill the belly. You are understanding the difference?
I'm still trying. I mean, sounds like you're saying, the body wants to feel nourished, right?
No, no, not like that. See, there is,
Uh,
if you say somebody likes chocolate, coffee, somebody likes some candy, some other fast food items, whatever they are available at your place. Now, can he fill the belly with that, or he will need to eat some proper stuff to fill the belly?
yeah, and proper things feel need.
So why? If it is only tongue, na, then you eat only fast foods and survive. Na? Why you need to fill the belly? Because belly need to be filled also. So belly also has some demand. Are you may eat so
Right.
many fast food stuffs, but you also need not for nourishment. For the belly also there is a demand. You have to fill it regularly. It is
Oh,
nourishment is
but you see
another
that
part.
that's wait. So this is where I'm not really getting it because um we when we become hungry is because the body is sensing a lack of nourishment. And so
Nourishment
but
is one
so
part. See, nourishment is one part. But there is a demand for belly also. You have to see the difference. Like even if some food is not nourishing, also we want to fill the belly with it. Like Ekadasi day. Ekadasi, if I say, Mataji, for you, fasting is good, but still we don't want to fast. If
hmm
nourishment, if you go for nourishment, fasting will nourish
hmm
more because it will help you to clean all your toxics in the body. Why? But still, why we are eating then on Ekadasis? If nourishment, you have to nourishment. If health wise, what is good is to fast. At least once in 15 days, we have to fast. Then why still
hmm
we are eating on Ekadasi also? Making big feast on Ekadasi. If it is important to fast for the body to give a break once in 15 days, just to be on water or some light fruits, why
hmm
people are feeling whom they are satisfying then? You are talking about nourishment. Now I am talking nourishment is good if you don't eat. Then why are you eating?
So you're saying the belly needs a sense of fullness, is it?
Yes, that is the point. In the night also at 2 o'clock, suddenly people are waking up and they want to fill the belly. What is nourishment at 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night? Who is demanding? I know people want to keep their stomach full always. I want to keep my stomach full. If you keep the stomach full, it is not nourishing. It is damaging. People they eat breakfast. Again they want to eat lunch, even though it is not needed. Nourishment wise, it is not good to eat 3 times a day full. You have to eat light breakfast and proper lunch and then very light dinner. But people they take a dinner only heavy dinners. Whom they are satisfying? They are not nourishing, they are punishing because stomach is demanding.
Okay, so when we say that the belly is demanding, the belly is demanding fullness, is it? Are you are you speaking?
Just a minute.
Oh.
Just a minute.
Mhm.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So, um, when we talk about the belly, we're talking about the belly's desire for fullness. So,
Yeah.
is it ever appropriate to want that fullness?
Yes.
Oh my God, your voice is breaking. I can't, Prabhu, your voice is breaking. I can't, it's not coming through.
You're not able to hear me.
No, it didn't come through at all. Nothing came through. Now I can hear you.
You're not able to
Oh my
hear
God. Again,
me.
again, nothing. Mm-mm.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, just give me just one more. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
और कोई आइटम तो नहीं